It is fair to say that the question of how new dialects are formed is open for many contemporary linguists. Today I would like to talk about one theoretical model explaining the process of new dialect formation. This model was proposed by a prominent British sociolinguist, Peter Tradgill, and it involves three stages. In stage 1, adult speakers of established varieties come together in one place thanks to substantial population movement. They start to accommodate to each other linguistically. In other words, they rub off all the extreme differences between their varieties. They may lose some of the features that can clearly stand out as minority forms, or those that can diminish intelligibility. However, according to Tradgill's model, these adult speakers cannot truly form a new dialect. This requires the creative acts of the young generation, the children who were brought really young to the place where the new dialect was formed, or who were born there. This first generation of speakers participates in stage 2 of the process of new dialect formation. Speech practice of the first generation constitutes stage 2 of the process of new dialect formation. They have to come to terms with the various different dialect forms that they hear around them, and they are subject to considerable variation themselves because they do not have clear linguistic models in their peers. So, they pick up a number of features from their parents and from those around them and start the process of koinization, that is the formation process of a new dialect, koine, that does not interfere with the existing dialects that have come into contact. The first generation of speakers do not just combine the features that they hear around them, but they can also create inter-dialect features that do not exist in any of the dialects that contribute to the mixture. These speakers, who are not a homogeneous group, act as a filter for the linguistic features of the dialects of their parents' generation to their children, the second generation of a new dialect speakers. This second generation of speakers participate in stage 3 in the process of new dialect formation, and it is them who create a stabilized, focused new dialect, koine. Tradgill's model was applied to explain the formation of a unique variety of English spoken mainly in Liverpool and known as Scouse. This variety is instantly recognizable, partly due to the Beatles, who made this dialect quite famous. Research in historical linguistics provides evidence stating that Liverpool English is a comparatively recent phenomenon that started to form in the mid-19th century. The formation of Scouse is closely connected with the position of Liverpool as a port, when speakers of different language varieties went there and came into contact with each other. Before that, Liverpudlians spoke more or less like regular residents of Lancashire. However, mass immigration from Ireland, Wales and Scotland triggered the process that can be partly explained with the help of Peter Tradgill's model. Nevertheless, Patrick Honeybone notes that certain aspects of Tradgill's model are controversial. For example, they allow no role for prestige in selection of features that survive in stages 2 and 3. Even though the described scenario cannot be entirely transplanted to account for what had gone on in Liverpool in the 19th century and onwards, there are many similarities. Thus, the contact of many dialects resulted in dialect mixture and allowed formation of a unique variety known as Scouse.